What's up, guys? So I quickly want to explain something about soloing. I just want to send this video to my student. Okay, so I just got off a call with a student, Ryan, and I just want to make this video for him, but I think it can be helpful to a bunch of people as to why soloing is so confusing and how to put together all the patterns and everything. So let's say we're soloing in the key of A minor. We can use the A minor scale. We're just going to talk pentatonic, so everything's going to be pentatonic based. We're not going to think about the natural minor and the major scales. We're just going to do pentatonic, which is what I recommend when soloing, is to start out with the pentatonics and to color it in from there. Okay, so the A minor and C major are relatives. Okay, and if you don't understand relatives, just watch my video talking about relatives in the music theory course. Then you understand that. But you have to understand relatives. So G and E minor. And the easy way to find that is just to say, okay, if I have a note here, D, and I want its relative minor, then I just go back 3 notes. So D and B minor are relatives. So this little shape here is how you figure out the relatives. That's the important thing. So A minor and C, if this is A minor, then its relative major would be here. So A minor, C major. The index finger is always the minor. Okay, let's do another example. E and G. This will be G major, E minor, F sharp minor, and A. F sharp minor and A, relatives. So the important thing to remember is that the notes from the A minor pentatonic scale are exactly the same notes as C major pentatonic because they're relatives. Okay, so when you're soloing in the key of C major, you can use A minor pentatonic and C major pentatonic. When you're soloing in the key of A minor, you could use A minor pentatonic and C major pentatonic. And you have to understand that the two scales share exactly the same notes. Now, why do we call them different names? Well, A minor pentatonic usually starts on A and has A as the center. That's what being in the key of A minor means. A minor is the center of attention, and usually the scale would start on A minor. And although C major has the same notes, it's used differently than the A minor pentatonic because C is now the starting position or the home note. So that's why if you're playing the song in the key of C, C will usually be the starting chord or the chord that you end the song on. Not always, but most of the time. And A minor, if you're playing a song in A minor, then A minor is the center of attention. So you need to understand this kind of concept between relatives and between a major and minor chord. Okay, so if I'm soloing, I can be using any one of these 3 zones. I can be using my A minor pentatonic scale over here. And the end point that we're getting at, the reason why we're doing this, is we want to be able to solo all over the fretboard. You want to be able to... get some reverb in here. Okay. So with this scale grouping, an A minor pentatonic scale over here, an A minor pentatonic scale over here, and a C major pentatonic over there, we can solo all over the fretboard. Okay, so what's the deal here? Okay, we have this A minor pentatonic here. We're going to make a triangle there because that's our root note. And we're just going to name this an A, just so you can kind of keep your wits about you. So that's, sorry about that. Let's do this. Okay, so that's A. And then this is also an A. But this is a C. Okay, And these little triangles are your connection points when you're soloing. So the first kind of, if you're soloing in A minor, most people would then just play the normal A minor pentatonic scale here. And you can think of this as, and that scale that I just played, most people think of that as an A minor pentatonic scale. So most people will solo here and think, okay, it's A minor pentatonic. And you can use that in the key of C major, relative, or in the key of A minor. Okay. But this scale is also, if you kind of think of it as there is the root note, then it's actually also C major, because C, you start on C. The shape that Jimi Hendrix uses. So the green zone is kind of tricky because it's either a minor scale if you think of it just like that, or if you play it from here and go all the way through to the C, then it's like a C major scale, you know, C major pentatonic. So, okay, so this is a starting point to kind of master this position and just be very fluent there. Then you can go either way. You can go to the C major pentatonic up this way, or you could go down to the A minor pentatonic to the left of the green zone. So you could either go to this black zone here, you could go, and the connection point is here at the bottom for me, and then you go, and I'm just kind of using open strings here. So that's the kind of idea. What's up, Olvi? Really cool. Guys, go check out my big announcement video. That's really cool. So you have this A minor zone here. Now let's go to the green zone. So then you mix up the two zones. So this is the open zone, the black zone there. That was bad. And then once you become comfortable with connecting these two zones, right? You got the minor pentatonic and the minor pentatonic. Then you can do that with any key that you're in, right? So you could move this whole thing up. If you're in the key of B minor, you could say, okay, let's do B minor pentatonic here, but this is your starting point. So I'm in the green zone here. And I play up to the connection point here, the triangle. So right now I'm over there, but everything's moved up 2 frets because I'm in the key of B minor. Then I go back. So I just played those, right? So now I'm kind of black zone, green zone. But now I'm gonna go all the way black. Black. So now I'm there in the black zone. Green zone. Which is the place everybody starts. That's why it's the green zone. So then I'm kind of borrowing from the black and the green. Okay, so that's one thing if you want to travel this way from the normal pentatonic scale. But what if we want to travel more that way, or you want to go up? Okay, so let's go back to A minor. If anybody has any questions, just let me know, because it's nice. This lesson is made for my student Ryan, but it's going to be applicable for a lot of people. So I thought, hey, let's make it a public live instead of just a stream for him. Okay, so A minor. So if you want to go to the right, then you're going to have to go to C major pentatonic, which just to reiterate it, C major and A minor are relatives. So C major has the same notes as A minor. So that's why I can use the C major pentatonic scale, and it's actually also A minor, depending on what the chords are doing. But it's the same set of notes. So So I take this connection point, I'm now right over there, and I'm taking that connection point, and then I'm playing the C major pentatonic from there. And I can go back to the green zone anytime, so. So that's kind of the idea that you need to start seeing, right? So you need to start first become comfortable in the green zone, which most people are. Like most people know minor pentatonic scale. Okay, cool, you got that. Okay, I'll answer that question now. Just give me 2 seconds. So you're comfortable with the green zone, then you get comfortable with usually the blue zone first, and then maybe the black zone. So that's kind of the process. So if you start soloing, it does not matter at all what note you start on, okay? It all depends on the kind of sound you want. So if it's more a minor song and you want to start on A, you want to start on the root note, you want to start on A minor, it's fine. I mean, all the notes basically in the pentatonic scale are going to work, and each note is going to sound different, and you're going to learn, you know. The point is not, note choices, that's like another time. Well, the first thing that you want to get right is you want to start using the right letters. You want to play the right notes. You just don't want to play any false notes. Whether you're going to choose which note of the 5 notes to start with, that comes later. But first just play all the notes in the scale. Don't play any other notes. Okay. Later you want to play other notes to sound out or to sound more bluesy or something. But in the beginning, you want to just focus on playing the right notes. So if I was, let's say I was soloing over something and the guy's just playing an A minor chord, just like a regular A minor chord progression. A minor, going to F. So I was there in the green zone. There I went into the black zone. Now let's see if I can confuse you a little bit here. Obviously my example gives the black zone as using the open strings. So you need to be aware of that. If you're not playing A minor, then obviously you're not going to have those open strings. You're going to move that on 1 or 2 frets. So let's go to the key of C minor. So we can obviously use our C minor pentatonic scale starting here. So that's going to be a black zone. Now let's take it up to the connection note, up to the triangle. And then once we're at this connection point, we can play the normal minor pentatonic scale. And if you end there, you'll see, oh, it's also C minor. Well, nice. And what's the relative of C minor? We don't need to know it. We can just take C minor, put our pinky there, and then we know, okay, this is going to be, our major scale is going to start there, and that major scale is going to automatically work with this minor scale. So we go. There we go. Oh, what? There we go. Got a little bit lost there. But you get the idea of what's going on. Now, many times you want to go, let's say you're here in black zone. Let's say we do D minor. So we're in the black zone. So we're in the black zone D minor, but we don't want to go up necessarily to the green zone. We want to go down. So what's to the left of this? You know, what is this way? If you want to go there, you know, what happens there? Well, that is then just the blue zone, because the everything restarts here on this connection note. This will be the black zone again here if you were to draw it, right? Okay, so it's kind of like a really long laid out kind of thing. So if you were to go back, you would say, okay, I would just go back here to that note. That's my black zone. And then I just put the ring finger there, and then I know, okay, now I'm in major pentatonic way. So now I'm in blue zone. but I'm still in D minor pentatonic. So you get the idea. It's kind of a little bit complicated because it's this looping pattern. You got to know where you're starting. But I would start with simple keys like E minor. Let's take E minor also as an example, okay? So E minor, start with the most common pattern for E minor is right? It's right. So that's the green zone. Okay, if you think of it relative to A minor here, that's the green zone, right? Da-do, da-do. The normal pentatonic pattern. So obviously you can't go down, so we want to go up. What's the next one? The blue. And the blue starts where? Right over there, the relative major. Okay. So now I'm in the blue zone. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. Now the end point that you want to get at is you want to play fluently through all the ones. Now if I'm in the blue zone here, there my black zone starts. So it's quite nice. And eventually what you want to do is play all the way through all the shapes and be very fluent with everything. But what I try to do is I try to play scale patterns that go diagonally in any direction. You could either go back diagonally as well, but it's easier to go up. So let's say I'm doing E minor, starting green zone, and I go. And that's where you want to get at, playing diagonal scales. It's a lot harder than it sounds. And I would actually, if I were to teach soloing again from scratch, Ryan, I think, focus on, let's see if I can make this camera switch work. It's not working today, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. I think if I were to teach soloing again from scratch, I would teach one diagonal scale, minor pentatonic. Like this, I would say, okay, E minor pentatonic is like this. And it kind of suits you in the foot because, you know, you don't have other opportunities of like, but it kind of gets you out of the mold of just playing a box pattern. So diagonal scales are way better than vertical or just horizontal scales. So diagonal is the way to go. But you have to understand diagonal with this little diagram. You have to understand, okay, it's going like that through the patterns. If you start here, it's going there, and the next one here would be the black zone. Okay, any more questions? And then I'm out. Go watch my announcement video. It is the coolest thing ever. I'm gonna be streaming for 33 hours. It's gonna be amazing. To launch my premium website on the 31st of March. Let me show you guys the announcement. Now that we have 7 people on stream. Wow, this is quite a lot. Friday. It's Friday then. Thanks, Joseph. Nice to see you again on the stream. Let me show you the announcement. Yes, this will stay uploaded. You can just come visit the link, and I'm going to show you quickly my announcement, and I'm going to wait for some questions if there are any questions. Yes, it will be uploaded. Oh, I taught somebody crossroads today. That was a lot of fun. Listen to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get nervous when I know people are watching me play. But anyway, I'll get over it. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan, why don't you tell the people how awesome our lessons are? I know you really like the lessons. Just write a little review for me in the chat, man. Messing around, man. I'm tired. Okay, top-notch lessons. Thanks, man. That's a nice review. Nice, short and sweet. Top-notch lessons. Thanks. Okay. Something like, man, my lessons with Jaakko have changed my life dramatically. Every week, the thing I look forward to most is just my lesson with Jaakko. It is just the best thing ever. You know, it gives me meaning in life. Something like that, man. Just write some story. I'm just kidding. So, you guys read it. Listen to this. Thanks, Ryan. I've been watching your videos for a while, looking forward to becoming a student. Oh, well, what are you waiting for, man? Sign up! Link in the description, Joseph. You know, I'm not the best guitarist in the world. I agree. But I'm a really good teacher. I can tell you that. Cheers, Ryan. Have a nice day, man. Nice Friday. That's cool. All right, so that is my news. I will be doing a 33-hour stream if I get 100 members. If I don't get 100 members, I'm gonna take the 35 members, give them each 20 minutes, and do like a 20-minute stream. Well, not 20, 20 minutes times 35. So that comes to about 11 hours. And that's it. That is true, Sebastian. You don't. And that's what a good teacher does. He inspires the student. He makes the student, he equips the student to basically go to the next level and just to do the next step. So, because I found, like, whenever you spend time doing one thing, you're not spending time doing something else, obviously, you know. It's how things work. But, and that's, if you spend time just practicing and getting better at your own craft and you're not teaching, then obviously you're not going to get good at teaching. So I've spent most of my time teaching versus practicing. If your finger picking hand, okay, so fingerstyle guitar, how to make your hand position really good, work really well. That's a really good question. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. But your finger picking hand needs to be kind of as if you're holding a tennis ball. So kind of like you're holding a ball. That's a good technique. That's a good place to start. And then you can kind of put your thumb a little forward like that. Okay? So that if you got something moving here, it should first touch your thumb. What a lot of people do who are self-taught is they start playing fingerstyle guitar like this because they try to see what all their fingers are doing. But you want to hold it in a way that your thumb is blocking your view of your other fingers. Then you're doing it the right way. If you can see the tips of all your fingers, right, from where you're watching, obviously, then you're doing it wrong. You want the thumb to block the view of the other fingers, okay? So the thumb is kind of forward, you're holding, and you're kind of a little bit relaxed. You're not tensing up like this. You shouldn't see veins popping, but my hands, you see veins popping, but it's not because I'm tensing. That would be my tense position. That would be my relaxed position. Okay. I'm gonna get copyright flag for that. So that's the idea. Let's go back and yeah, any more questions? Any questions? That was a really good question. Thanks for that, Divan. Oh, I write this little fingerstyle melody, which is really good. Check this out. Okay. No. Wait, how does it go? Divanio. Okay, thanks so much. Okay, listen to this cool melody I made the other day. Listen. Maybe just a small question. Okay, clear hammers and pull-offs with bar chords while you're barring, like to go like. That is just a thing of making your bar chords become effortless. And a good exercise you could do is just to start practicing just the barring technique. And the second finger. So that can kind of... It's a little hard with just the ring finger, but to practice just barring. Isolate the difficulty. That's the main thing with practicing. And then the hammer-ons will start to become easier. Once you don't have to assert so much hand strength, arm strength to bar chords, then you'll be able to use it to do hammer-ons. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce. Sebastian, thanks so much. That's a really good question. But I would, like, you could do some nice exercises like C to A minor, because it's just a small bar like that. And then you could do... Oh, that kind of sounded like... Do we have any premium members on the stream right now? Or any of you guys premium members? Who are the guys who are watching right now? How do you guys like my elaborate goal setup? It's quite cool. You have the... It's not so well designed, but it's nice. Nobody's premium members. Okay, that sucks. Guys, you gotta be premium members. Anyway, I have about 35 members, and we have 65 to go, and with 35% there. If I get 100 members, I'm actually going to stream for 33 hours. Can you guys believe that? That's nuts. 33 hours. But anyway, I'm actually going to stream for 12 hours at least with the current members, but in the next 2 weeks, I'm planning to get 100. So that would be nice. All right, so I guess we're leaving. If anybody doesn't want to say anything, you know, keep the conversation flowing, then I guess we're leaving. Yeah, so one last question. Yes, pinky anchoring. Like, yeah, on the... There's nothing wrong with it. I just find it's better to be a little bit more free, so when you're strumming, then you can switch between strumming and fingerpicking. But if you have to anchor the whole time, to fingerpick. Because I like to do things like... anchor actually. I just noticed it. I do like a light anchor there, but you don't want to rely on it too heavy. I know some people even play with the pinky, but I've never learned how to do that. Okay, that's it. So we're bouncing, huh? So see you on the 31st of March for a 33-hour stream, hopefully. If it's 33 hours, I'll be really happy. Okay, good night, everybody.